Welcome to the wonderful world of wine. We are your hosts, Mark Lindsay and Kim Simone, exploring all things wine with you. You can find us on Facebook at The Wonderful World of Wine. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the wonderful world of wine. We are your hosts, Mark and Kim, still here in COVID isolation, but as it is our thing to find topics and trends in the wine world, we wanted to bring to you today an interview with two local folks who are trending themselves on a wine topic right now.
Yeah, Kim, it's always good to follow another trend in the wine world. And today we have Amanda Milholm and Stephanie McNeil. Welcome, guys, to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining us. And I had to get in touch with Kim as soon as I found out about what you folks are doing on Facebook. And we had to tell the listeners the latest trend in the wine world being wine gift baskets or wine. The group is called Wine Friends Baskets Quarantine, correct? Facebook group?
Whiny.
No, Whiny.
Whiny.
Whiny Friends
Baskets
Quarantined. And it's a private Facebook group. And
Yes.
tell our listeners how you came up with the idea and what the group is about.
You didn't really come up with it. You kind of.
Well, I touched base with Amanda because there was another group that I was invited to, but it was more South Shore, and they did things a little bit differently. So I wanted to come up with something where I could work with another woman or two to just kind of make someone's day, brighten someone's day during this horrible, crazy time of ours.
So you're on Facebook, Stephanie, and you see a post, someone got a basket. So to me, when I saw this idea, it was almost like when my kids were young, we did the ghosting with candy,
Yes.
right? Is similar idea, but with a alcohol basket.
So instead of getting booed,
Yeah.
you're getting wined
Right.
or boozed.
Booze.
And we love that, right, Kim? We love that.
Right.
So you saw another group's post and you decided to create your own local group.
Yeah,
correct?
we wanted local. We knew that it was too far out for a lot of people. So we said, why don't we try it in our area? And we wanted to limit it to, five towns. And since we started last week, we've had a lot of requests of, can my town join? Can my town join? Which we want, the more the merrier. The only issue we were concerned with that is the more people that come in, we want everybody to have a chance to get wine. So the more you add in, the less likely that may be if you add more towns. Again, it's all about giving. So hopefully nobody would be offended if they did not get a basket or get picked.
So how many towns are on your page?
We have 5. We have Bellingham, Franklin,
Millis? Medway.
it's Medway, Blackstone, and Milford.
Uh-oh, Kim. No Norfolk?
No Norfolk.
Uh-oh.
There are plenty of people around here, I'm sure, would love a wine basket.
Yeah, Kim's got a lot of
that's the
connections.
thing. I mean, we're sure we've had requests from Norfolk.
We
We've
have
had
people from Norfolk in our group.
all the
We're
surrounding towns.
not saying no to anybody.
So when I saw something about it, I reached out to Stephanie. I said that I have to understand what this is. And it's a private group, so you have to be invited to join, correct?
Correct.
So you've been doing it a few weeks now. How many people are on the page?
As of last check, there was almost 1,100.
Holy cow. Wow. That is
We hit
huge.
1,000.
That's a big group.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday we hit 1,000,
Wow.
and we're at
So-
1,071 right now.
1,071.
And when I Googled it, because Kim and I, this is what we do, we Google wine things. This was coming up all over the country, and I saw a story, I think it was from Cincinnati,
Oh, wow.
and they had, I want to say, 40,000 people join
Wow.
their group in like a month.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's the thing. The other group, I think, has about 20,000, and it's overwhelming just to hit. I mean, we were excited to hit the 1,000 mark, which was beyond our expectations. And just to keep track of that is overwhelming. So I'm not sure how the other groups are doing it and how many, like I said, towns or counties they're including in that. But we get requests all the time. Can we join? We're in this town. We're in this town. And like we said, we're not turning anybody away. We don't want, it's all about giving. We don't want anybody to be turned away. We want the more the merrier. We want to make somebody's day.
Now, it's not the two of you that are putting together all these baskets. Somebody who gets a basket then creates a basket and gives that away.
No, but that too, because they said, now you doing all the I can't even imagine we would have to
right?
stop everything else.
We are completely relying on others' generosity and others' kindness. And I did my baskets last weekend, and I'm going to continue to do some throughout, but I certainly would not be able to wine everybody.
And it's really nice because the feedback we've gotten from everybody that's done the basket says, I can't, like, it's so addicting. I can't stop. Like, I don't even care if I get wine. I just love being able to put the baskets together. It brightens their day too. And then that feeling of going to someone's home, surprising them, or, you know, dropping it and knocking on their door, sending them a text or whatever it may be, or just tagging them to say, so-and-so, I just dropped a basket at your door. They said it's just an overwhelming feeling.
And they're putting like the nicest little notes inside the baskets. Like, it just, everybody has been so wonderful and not too many complaints. I think there was 2, and it was really like insignificant, you know, not a problem at all.
So
it's not going to be 100%. And, you know, we're tweaking it as we go. We're taking any feedback, positive feedback from anybody or suggestions from the group. If anybody else has an easier way for it to run smoother, you know, like I said, we're just trying to, we know it's not going to be 100%. And we hope everybody is not just sitting around waiting to get a basket, you know, or else it wouldn't work.
And we're also trying to involve small businesses. So if somebody has like a business where they make like wine glasses or t-shirts or whatever that they want to put in their baskets, I think that's also a helpful thing right now, is to really try to help out our small businesses right now.
That's great. And I just want to follow up on Kim's question about if you two are doing all the work. When I first was invited to the group, I was having a hard time understanding how it works. So if you, Stephanie and Amanda, can just explain to our listeners and people who may not be familiar as well with Facebook, they get invited to the group page. What's the, like, how does it work? What do they do if they want to give a basket and they want to get a basket?
So there's a little wine car, and there's a wine car for each town. And you go under that wine car and you place your name with your address and what you like. So
it's a post for each town that shows a delivery vehicle per town.
Under the announcements.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. And you can post your address, or I live in Medway. I'm planning on wining 5 people today. Can you please post your addresses? Or they can go right to that town and look up the addresses and surprise those people.
All stays in the town. All the comments are in that one announcement per town.
That's what we would like. It doesn't always happen that way.
Not as clean as we would like it to be, but like I would literally have to start making spreadsheets to make this perfect. And with a full-time job, I can't do that.
I mean,
it seems to be working. You have a ton of people on it, so it seems to be working very well. Yeah,
for the most part. I mean, I would say, so like Bellingham's Wine on Wheels has over 600 comments in it right now. So for somebody some were feeling as though like if they were joined at the very beginning and they're at the top, that people were maybe going to the bottom and that they kind of got left behind. And so we did even, you know, like I said, we've updated it where it's like, don't forget to kind of go back up to the top, and we understand people may pick friends and they may not pick anybody that's even on the list. They may, or that they know on the list. We just want to make sure that people are trying to remember to update. So we have it. So if you get a wine basket delivered to you, we were asking that you put a little wine emoji next to your name. That way the other people know you've already received a basket.
That was going to be my next question. How do you know if someone has already gotten
Right. That
Or remove their
or
name.
remove your comment. Not remove from the group, but remove your comment with your address under the
Mhm.
town of where you are. That's why, for the most part, that people seem to understand that. But occasionally, we get somebody will post on the group, "Oh, I have 3 baskets today. Who wants to be wined?" And then, of course, everybody's like, "Oh, me. I haven't got picked yet." So then it's just like an added thread. And that's where it can get a little bit confusing. We didn't really want people to do that. But again, as we go, we're tweaking it and trying to reiterate the rules of the group. And of course, that's a big one, is the 21 plus.
Right.
We made sure we put that on there because, you don't know who, we're not checking people's ages and stuff. So
It also says, we want you to understand that this is a giving group. Like, it's about giving, not really receiving.
mhm.
And it does say that under the agree that you're over 21 or over.
Right.
To join
there-
the group.
Questions for them to answer, because isn't there like a yes? Like
Yeah, there's like a little, when they asked to request to be invited, there's a few questions that have to be answered, and then we accept the
Great.
21 and over, or do you agree that this is more of a giving type of group than receiving?
You're listening to The Wonderful World of Wine, and we are your hosts, Mark Lindsay and Kim Simone, exploring all things wine with you. If you'd like to get more information about Kim, you can look at her website, vinitaswineworks.com. If you'd like more information about myself, you can go to franklinliquors.com. And for past episodes of our show, you can find us on SoundCloud and iTunes. So today we're joined by Amanda Milholm and Stephanie McNeil. We're following the latest trend going around Facebook on wine, the Winey Friends Basket Quarantine Group. And I want to follow up, Stephanie. You were talking about supporting local businesses, and I noticed a lot of posts on the page, people who make crafts, liquor stores you working with, you're supporting people to get them to put their products out that make good gifts in the basket. I saw you did a candy post. Have you been getting a lot of good feedback from the group supporting local business?
Absolutely.
So-
I had bought some wine glasses for teachers. It says something like, what did it? It was teachers
quarantine
quarantine
2020 or
2020 or something like that. But I posted it, and right underneath that, 2 seconds later, somebody was like, "Can I get 25 of these?"
something. Yeah.
And I was like, "Here's the site." I don't know if she thought I was making them, but I ordered them, and they came super fast, and they were very good quality. I was very pleased with them. And then the candy store in Sharon, ordered from them, came the next day.
Good.
So
That's
couldn't
great.
be
You're
more happy.
supporting, and you're helping people out in a very, very tough time.
There was another lady that did the glasses too. She said she sold out as soon as she posted. She had to order more. They were sold
Wow.
out.
People are
that day.
selling out quick from the group.
I mean, those are perfect for the basket.
People are making specific purchases for putting together their baskets, or are they just sort of rummaging around some things that they have at home? Like, oh, I've got these nice candles, and I've got
No, not at all.
people are buying stuff.
Everything that I
Yeah.
see, a lot of it is from the dollar store, but I think that that's just so that they can really make the basket look full.
Right.
Mhm.
But they are getting everybody what they're requesting. So
Yeah.
if someone's requesting whipped cream vodka, that person's getting whipped cream vodka. If
Oh,
somebody
okay.
likes red wine, they're getting red wine.
Yeah.
If somebody likes a margarita mix, they're getting a margarita mix. I mean, and then they try to base the other items around that item. But yeah, the dollar store in Franklin is probably doing very well because of us.
And they're putting on, what their likes are too for snacks. Like I like
Chocolate.
Hershey's or and they also put in, like, if they have any allergies,
Mhm.
people will put no allergies, or I have a peanut allergy, so that we know somebody knows not to put that in their specific basket. So that's been really helpful too. But no, not at all. It doesn't seem like people are rummaging. They're
No.
going out and
No
Really
leftovers from
tough.
Christmas or anything.
no.
I know I've ordered online, like hand sanitizer from Bath and Body and Victoria's Secrets. I've ordered masks for people, and I put those in the baskets. Things just pertaining to like what is happening right now, and just trying to like help people out and put a smile on their face.
So we are in the quarantine stage here. So when people go to someone's house, they're just running and dashing, right? They're just throwing you on the porch type of thing. And
Yeah.
You might get
Hopefully
caught.
gently.
You might get caught.
I get caught. The
so
dog bark.
what's the plan for the group when we're freed from the quarantine?
I thought
Shutting
about this.
down?
I thought about this the other day, Mark, and I think that this is going to turn into get wine for Halloween, get wine for Christmas. I think it's going to continue. I really do.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And Kim and I love anything wine. Keep going, right, Kim?
Yeah. I really think that it's going to continue.
What
because
about
people
Yep, I'm sorry.
it's just really made people happy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes you feel good to do something nice like
Yes.
this too. Like I even, get a kick out of like, oh, I've got these herbs growing in my herb garden here. Let me cut some and like leave them special on my neighbor's front porch,
Yeah.
like even just something little like this. And then,
Right.
with a basket like this where you're working off of what someone has requested and putting in their favorites and really putting a lot of, time and effort and maybe some cash in there, that is a wonderful thing to make you feel good and make them feel good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
tell
that
you-
said, no basket's too small. I mean, we don't want people to overstretch themselves in any way, if they showed up with just a bottle of wine, or even if they didn't, if they just made dollar items or stuff like that. Just the fact that you're giving and putting a smile. I mean, we've seen so many comments of people that are at work and they've come home and they're like, it was just such a nice surprise on my front doorstep. I was having a rough day or just having a bad day, and it changed everything around for me by coming home. And it's like a kid in a candy store. Like, even as grown-ups, you get excited.
And I've also noticed the last couple of days that the moms are getting the kids involved.
Yeah.
And they're bringing them out in the car with them, and the kids are running up to the doors and ringing the doorbell.
Yeah.
And it's fun for everybody. It's just really spreading the kindness, the caring, the giving. It's just, so far, it's just been amazing. And I'm so glad that we started this.
Yeah, great job. And I have to tell you, as a wine retailer and as a wine geek, I love looking at the pictures of what people get, because it tells me what's kind of trending out there in the wine industry, what people are drinking. And I know, Stephanie, when you were making a batch, you're saying I see a lot of sweet wine or a lot of sangria wine or a lot of
Not my
cocktails. But yeah, that's what is kind of trending. So it helps me as a retailer and Kim and I for topics in the wine world, what to talk about based on, what people enjoy getting. So it helps us as well.
Definitely.
I talked to Kim, Amanda, and Stephanie. How can we together, Kim and I, reward the givers of your group? So I'd like for you to find a way when everything is back to normal that Kim and I can host a group of the givers for a wine tasting, because I feel the people giving so many times, multiple times, deserve to be rewarded. So Kim and I would like to do that, but you guys have to figure out another way to control the group, maybe a contest or something down the road where people can enter in multiple towns and fill the room up, and we'll taste and talk wine together. If you could figure it out.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I know, well, like we said, we had reached out to the other liquor store in Bellingham, Sam at Denny's Liquors.
Yeah.
And he had specifically made a button on his register and informed his associates of residents in Bellingham or Blackstone. I mean, anybody that goes that way too. And he had kind of thrown it out there about possibly like tallying up sales by, say in the next month, and kind of see what just from the group it has brought into. And we were kind of brainstorming how we could look at that and some way give back a percentage of that to maybe a foundation or donating.
Yeah. There's so many things you can do with this group, like saying working with holidays. You could do a thing for charity where if they give a basket and stuff like that. So there's so many ideas. It's just going to cause a lot of work for you guys controlling
so there was
it.
a local girl. Did you see the one about the Bellingham girl that always posts on Walmart? You seen that? So there's a local girl that works at the Walmart in Bellingham, and she goes above and beyond and does like updates so that people aren't going to the store unnecessarily looking for, the gloves and the hand sanitizer and toilet paper, and it's always gone. So she's been making these like updates on Facebook, and so many people have been following that. And somebody suggested today, why don't we group together and make a big basket for her? Something like that. It's just one of those things where it's like there's somebody else going above and beyond doing something that she doesn't even need to do. It's not part of her job description, but she's doing it, So it's just nice to see that people in the group are also coming up with their own kind of ideas to give back to.
It's trying to help each other out.
Yeah.
Right. Now, what about if you have someone who's listening, they love to get one of these baskets, but they're a little maybe nervous about some safety issues with the group. So I know you're doing 21 plus. If I don't want to put my address out there on the web, you said they can message one of you two. How would they know when they go on that they can does it say that in the post?
So when somebody wants to wine somebody from a certain town, they'll say, I want to wine 3 lucky ladies today. That woman can say, I would love to be wined. Will you please PM me?
Okay, so they don't have to put their address out there. Good. No. Okay. Any other safety things that have come up that concerned you? No, everything else is good with it.
Just the only other one is about if guys were allowed to be in the group.
Oh,
yeah.
I
think I'm the only guy right now.
There's a few. There's a few like personal guy friends that I know, and people are saying, "What about my husband? My husband's been not like jealous, but seeing the stuff or help me with my baskets, and I'd love." Or they calling it broed, like we want to bro somebody that's working just as hard, and we definitely do not want to not include everybody. We don't want to discriminate.
Have you seen that with the other groups that they limit it as well that way? With the other
one that we were on, it didn't see that they
no
weren't including guys, because I've seen a lot of posts.
They've been doing a lot of bro baskets.
A lot of bro baskets were on there too. That's why I didn't feel like. Again, it's your own personal choice if you decide to be part of the group. If you don't feel comfortable with putting your address, it might not be the group for you. If you don't feel comfortable having men in the group, it's not the group for you, I guess. It's your own personal choice. So it's up to everybody if they want to. Again, you have to be personally invited.
Right. Which is, I think, is a great idea. I think you're doing great work. Kim, did you have any other follow-up?
Not really. I was going to ask with the more the security issue, because I noticed that like as soon as I went on and took a look, I'm like, ooh, all these people are just posting their addresses willy-nilly.
You can Google anybody and find their address.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. That's true.
I had to deliver 2 things today, and all I had was a name. Somebody dropped off 3 packages. The mailman dropped off 3 packages. They weren't mine. I Googled the guy's name, found out right where he lives.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
So Stephanie, was it you? I saw you delivered to someone's wrong house.
Oh,
yes, that was me.
So
you want to hear the worst part about that, Mark? The worst part about that was that the person that I dropped off the basket to is a member.
Wow. So it still worked.
No, I went and got it because.
Oh, jeez, took it back.
No, because it was for the other administrator.
Oh.
And T-shirts made up for Amanda and Amber, and I had extra things in there, so I had to go get it.
Yeah, it had to be specific to that person.
I don't think too many of our listeners, if they found a basket on their steps filled with wine and food, they would give it back. You know what I'm saying?
This was specific because it had like.
If they didn't know that it was supposed to be.
It had her name on the T-shirt.
Name on it, so hopefully they would.
But then Amber got nervous, and so she messaged that woman and said, there was a basket sent to you that was meant for me, so if you'll let me have my basket, I'll replace it with another one.
Made a deal.
I think that's the best way you could have approached that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is going to get too big at some point?
Yeah, I mean, I did have somebody request a kid's basket, so I took care of that. But yeah, like you said, it could get a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many more.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's like a little sad and depressed, and and it's
everybody needs a little something.
Yeah, a little.
Like when you were talking about the bro baskets, like that could be a whole other thing that could be a break off group too.
I honestly
not that you want more work to do, but
I honestly think that this is keeping people busy.
Mm.
Their brains are working because they're like, oh, what ideas can I come up with today? And, oh, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there and I'm going to get this and put this together. And I really think it's giving people something to do.
And it's something positive to do.
Yes. And something that they're going to feel good about and something that's going to make that person happy. There's just so many good aspects of the whole thing that is what's making us so happy and glad that we started it.
Yeah. I thank you guys for doing it. I think it's just tremendous to be doing something like this during what's going on.
Thank
and
you.
Wine helps everybody. We appreciate it. Stay away from the beer and what more wine out there for us?
Thank you for listening to The Wonderful World of Wine. We've been your hosts, Mark Lindsay and Kim Simone, with our guests today, Amanda Milholm and Stephanie McNeil, who, with their Quarantine Winey Friends Gift Basket Facebook page. Would one of you ladies like to say the official name of the Facebook page one more time?
It's Winey Friends Baskets Quarantine.
So we thank you so much for being our guests today. Find us on Facebook at The Wonderful World of Wine, past episodes of our show at SoundCloud or iTunes, and we look forward to visiting with you again next week.
Wine, wine, wine.